When I started clearing the garden, I wasn't thinking about propagation. I was thinking about returning space, regaining light, being able to walk up and down the rows again. But as the vines came down and the saplings were cut back, I found something unexpected. Not everything here had been lost. Some of the plants survived the years of shade, pressure, and neglect. Blueberries and figs that had weathered being forgotten. Survival for them didn't translate to thriving, simply enduring. I knew I needed to cut them back to help undo the years of stress, growth patterns forced to chase the sun wherever they could find it, not healthy or the best fit for their found-again breathing room. It felt wrong. All those years of hard-earned perseverance just pruned away. It deserved a chance to continue. I wanted to try to carry the cuttings forward, refusing to waste life that was still willing to grow. These blueberries and figs were planted decades ago, long before I was in the picture, by my grandmother. They've fed people, birds, animals. Even as the garden disappeared further into the woods, they kept trying to grow. Propagation, take that history and give it a chance to, propagate. I started with research, found a variety of different methods, but decided going for it would be the best teacher, doing it the way I could with what I have and learning as I go. I had plenty of starter mix and spare pots, so decided I'd give the in the dirt method a try. I bought some rooting hormone, put together my dirt, grabbed my tools, and went out to start pruning. I ended up not cutting everything, not nearly as much as I had planned. I got through one of the blueberry bushes and half of the fig tree and realized I already had more cuttings than I could handle. I figured I'd save the rest for springtime, just in case this doesn't work out so well with the dormant cuttings. I can try again with what's left and with what I learned from this attempt. Hopefully by then I'll have some new little trees ready to grow in the ground and be able to free up some of these pots. Just keep the cycle going. Once I had my branches pruned, I took cuttings from different parts, trying to experiment a little, keeping to the 3 nodes rule of thumb and staying around the length of the pruning shear I was using. It took some time. Cut, trim, wet the end, swirl it in the rooting hormone, put it in a pot, and repeat for an hour, hour and a half. I got quicker once I found a rhythm and took less time thinking about where I was going to cut next. Because I had so many, I ended up putting a handful of them together in each pot, trying to make the most of the space and increasing the chances of getting at least one new plant in each pot. Propagation feels different than planting something new. It isn't starting from scratch. It's carrying forward memory, genetics shaped by a lifetime of living in this soil, out in this weather, all of those years. If they grow, they'll already know this place. There was a temptation to rush this next part, to check progress, to interfere by pulling one out to see if there are any new roots. Going straight into the dirt seems a little more organic, but the downside to it compared to other propagation methods is you can't see what's happening. It's not like starting a seed either, where you get that sprouting validation. This was waiting and patiently controlling the water, humidity, and warmth. A long time of tending a bunch of sticks in the dirt. I went into it knowing not every cutting would take, maybe none of them since this was my first time giving it a go, but that's part of it. They'll either grow roots, survive, or they won't, and I get a better idea of what to try different next time. So far, the figs have surprised me. I get really excited when something starts growing. These figs, they make me happy every time that I see them. New leaves, soft green growth. Now, many of them are starting to look like little miniatures of what's out in the garden. It's proof that what endured the pines and vines still had something left to give. The blueberries, they seem to be taking their time, if they're taking it all. Some of them, they've got leaves starting out of them, but their soil, it stays wet much longer than the figs. It makes me think that they're just not developing as many roots just yet. It's a lot to figure out. One day you're a branch making leaves and fruits, and the next day somebody's stuck you in the dirt wanting you to grow into a whole tree. I'll have to follow up on them, give them some more time. These cuttings may become or grow into the next line of trees along the forest edge. Another row in the recovered garden, food for my family, or more likely, whatever gets them first. Or maybe I'll gift them out. I'll share where they end up, keep their story going. It's been a fun experiment for me, a new experience, and I look forward to learning my way through it more in the future. It's its own reward, even without seeing these new trees outside making fruit. Every time I stop by and check in on them, smell the figs, see a new bud, a new leaf, and remember how that little stick started out. I see this as part of the same work, what I've been trying to do around here, restoring the land without erasing its past. I'll keep recording what grows and what doesn't, because both tell the story, and not everything needs to succeed to matter.